If you ride a motorcycle, you know that feeling when something small happens and makes your blood boil. Today, we're counting down 20 little things that absolutely drive every motorcycle rider crazy. Trust me, if you ride, you've experienced every single one of these. Number 20, the car that sits in your blind spot forever. You're cruising down the highway when suddenly there's this car that appears right next to you in your blind spot. And here's the crazy part. It just stays there. You speed up, they speed up. You slow down, they slow down. It's like they're playing some twisted game of follow the leader. You check your mirrors, and all you see is their front grille filling up the entire view. You know that if either one of you drifts even slightly into the other lane, it's game over. The worst part is you could practically feel that driver scrolling through their phone. Your heart starts racing, not from fear, but from pure frustration, because they're blocking all your escape routes. The only way to deal with this is either hit the throttle hard and get out of there, or do that awkward wave through your helmet trying to get their attention. Number 19, the I didn't see you wave. Here's a phrase that can instantly spike any rider's blood pressure. Sorry, I didn't see you. Usually, this comes with a little sheepish wave through a rolled-down window right after you've had to brake so hard you think your kidneys might have shifted positions. The driver acts like this is some kind of neutral acknowledgement, maybe even an apology. But what they're really saying is, my complete lack of attention almost turned you into roadkill, but let's just pretend everything's fine now. The really frustrating part is that society seems to think seeing motorcycles is some kind of optional feature, not a basic requirement for driving. Number 18. Construction zones filled with mysterious gravel. Nothing looks more innocent than a light coating of small rocks spread across fresh asphalt. Road crews put this stuff down and just forget to clean it up afterward. For cars, it's just a little vibration, but for motorcycles, it's like playing Russian roulette with your tires. 1 second, you're leaning into corners feeling like a professional racer. The next, your front tire is sliding around like you're riding on ice. That metallic taste hits your mouth as you carefully try to keep the bike upright. These construction zones turn what should be smooth riding into a terrifying obstacle course. Number 17, sudden downpours when you're wearing mesh everything. All right, picture this. It's a beautiful 95-degree summer day. You're wearing your mesh jacket, mesh gloves, and ventilated boots. Everything is perfect for staying cool in the heat. Then the sky opens up, and it starts pouring rain. Cold raindrops shoot through those breathable panels like tiny needles, hitting you directly in places you didn't even know could get cold. Water pulls up in the weirdest spots. Your jeans somehow hold about a half a liter of water in each knee. You start thinking about that rain suit tucked under your seat. Then remember you took it out last week to make room for snacks. And now you're living in your own personal weather disaster. Number 16. People who ask, but isn't it dangerous? Of course riding motorcycles is dangerous. That's literally part of what makes it exciting, just like surfing big waves or rock climbing. What really gets under riders' skin is the timing of this question. You just finished telling an amazing story about riding through mountain curves, leaning the bike over, and watching an incredible sunrise that looked like something from a movie. And the first thing someone says back is, but isn't it dangerous? It's like reciting beautiful poetry and having someone ask you to count the words instead. Sure, it's a technically valid question, but it completely misses the point of what you just shared. Number 15. Helmet hair and the random public fondle. You take off your helmet, shake your hair out, and instantly you look like you stuck your finger in an electrical socket. Your hair is going in directions that shouldn't be physically possible. Then, some well-meaning person decides this looks cute and reaches over to pat your head without asking. Congratulations, your personal space just got invaded, and your hair is now even more messed up. And you need a mirror plus about 6 bottles of hair product to just look human again. Meanwhile, the person who touched you walks away like nothing happened, completely unaware that messing with someone's post-helmet hair is basically a sacred rule violation. Number 14. the endless debate about loud pipes. Now, ask 5 motorcycle riders whether loud exhaust pipes actually save lives, and you'll start an argument that makes political debates look calm and friendly. The really annoying part isn't that people have different opinions, it's how this argument takes over every normal conversation about motorcycles. You'll be having a nice chat about good riding routes or new gear when suddenly someone demands you pick a side. So, are you for loud pipes or against safety? And just like that, you're forced into some polarized debate you never wanted to be a part of. And heaven help you if your exhaust sound is somewhere in the middle, because then both sides come after you. Number 13. Well, why don't you just buy a car? This question usually comes up when you mention something like cold hands or wet socks from riding. The person asking thinks they're being really clever, like they just solved all your problems with one brilliant suggestion. What they don't understand is that motorcycles aren't just transportation. They're a philosophy about how to experience the world. It's choosing to make your commute feel like an adventure, deciding that you want to smell the world around you instead of experiencing it through air conditioning. Asking a rider why they don't just buy a car is like asking a sailor why they don't just look at ocean pictures instead of sailing. Number 12. Windshield washer overspray. Picture this perfect moment. Open road. Your visor cracked open just enough for some fresh air, and everything feels absolutely perfect. Then the SUV in front of you decides their windshield has too many bunk splats and unleashes a tsunami of blue cleaning fluid. The wind immediately grabs all that soapy mist and throws it right at your helmet. That cleaning fluid hits your visor and creates this crazy pattern of streaks that turns sunlight into blinding rainbow patterns. You're basically trying to ride your bike while looking through an abstract painting. It's even worse if you just spent time cleaning your visor to crystal clear perfection 5 minutes earlier. Number 11. The four-way stop standoff. Cars pull up to a four-way stop and start this awkward dance of politeness, waving each other through while you're balancing 500 pounds of motorcycle on your toes. Your clutch hand is getting tired, and you're watching everyone's eyes trying to figure out who's going when, and inevitably, someone decides to cheat. You make eye contact with the driver, they nod, you start to roll forward, and then a minivan suddenly lurches ahead anyway. Cue the emergency front brake squeeze, your helmet bobbing forward, and some words coming out of your mouth that definitely aren't appropriate for church. Four-way stops are supposed to be simple democracy in action, but half the people apparently skip the class on how they actually work. Number 10. Mystery sticky spots at gas pumps. So you pull into a gas station, put your kickstand down, and step off your bike. Then you realize your boot is completely stuck to the concrete by some kind of fossilized sticky mess. Is it old soda? Spilled diesel fuel? Some kind of alien substance? Nobody knows, but now it's decorating your gas tank, foot pegs, and pants. The worst part is when you try to ride away. That sticky sole wants to slip right off the foot peg. It's like the evil twin of hydroplaning, except instead of sliding on water, you're dealing with industrial-strength glue. A wet wipe can barely touch this stuff. You need serious degreaser. Number 9. The one-way conversation with voice assistants. Modern motorcycle helmets come with Bluetooth technology that promises a hands-free paradise. Well, the reality is you yell, "Call Bob," into your microphone, and your phone responds with navigating to Botswana. So you try again, shouting even louder like you're trying to communicate with a broken karaoke machine while wind is blasting your microphone. By the time the system finally pretends to understand what you want, you've already missed your turn, and poor Bob's number is probably blocked for spam calls. And you paid how much money for this fancy communication system that can't even tell the difference between a person's name and a country in Africa? Number 8. Potholes masquerading as shadows. Late afternoon sun filtering through tree branches creates this beautiful dappled light pattern on the road. It's absolutely gorgeous scenery. Then, what looks like an innocent patch of shade suddenly reveals itself to be a crater that could have been left by a meteor. Your front suspension compresses so hard you feel like your spine just telescoped into itself, and your wallet starts playing a sad song about upcoming fork rebuild costs. Motorcycle riders can swerve around obstacles at high speed, but only if we can actually see them. A pothole hiding in a shadow is like a jump scare from the asphalt version of a horror movie monster. Number 7. Gas station attendants who top you off. So you park your bike, pull off your gloves, and walk inside to prepay for gas. When you come back out, there's an enthusiastic attendant who decided to help by topping off your tank with that last little bit of fuel until it starts burping liquid out of the overflow. I mean, they look really proud of themselves, completely unaware that they just baptized your paint job into ethanol. Now your seat smells like an oil refinery, and somewhere in your bike's emission system, a charcoal canister is probably crying. And then for extra fun, that overflow fuel drips right onto your hot engine. Just delightful. Number 6. When Google Maps routes you onto a dirt road. So, modern GPS technology is absolutely amazing. That is, until the algorithm decides that the fastest route between where you are and where you want to go is 12 miles of loose gravel through the middle of nowhere. Your phone screen just cheerfully says continue straight, like everything's perfectly normal. Meanwhile, your sport touring bike with street tires starts surfing on loose rocks, and your heart starts beating in rhythms that probably aren't medically healthy. You can turn around and waste an hour backtracking, or keep going forward and risk damaging your bike, your pride, or your bones. Either way, you're furious at some computer programmer who clearly never rode a motorcycle. Number 5. Chain lube overspray on your rear wheel. You approach motorcycle maintenance with the focus of a monk. Rear paddock stand is perfectly positioned. Clean rag is ready. Chain lube nozzle is held at exactly the right 45-degree angle. Yet, somehow, you still end up with a Jackson Pollock painting of sticky spray all over your rear wheel. The next time you ride, road dust sticks to that mess like cat hair on a black t-shirt. Your once shiny wheel now looks like it's been glazed with asphalt sprinkles. Friends ask if you've been off-road riding, and you just smile through gritted teeth while plotting your revenge against the laws of physics. Number 4. The parking lot can you rev it guy. You're minding your own business in a parking lot when some dude in cargo shorts walks over with his smartphone ready to record. He says, "Hey man, sweet bike. Mind giving it a little rev?" What he's really saying is, I need content for social media and your engine is my free sound effect. If you do it, you become the neighborhood noise pollution villain and everyone nearby gives you dirty looks. If you don't do it, well, then you're the stuck-up biker with no community spirit. Either way, you're stuck being an unwilling performer in someone else's social media circus. Number 3. Bugs the size of ping pong balls. Summer evening rides through the countryside turn country roads into live-fire entomology experiments. When a beetle the size of a ping pong ball hits your visor at 60 miles per hour, it explodes in a pattern so violent your head snaps backward. The bug guts dry like industrial-strength epoxy. You pull over, try to wipe it off, and just end up smearing it into an even bigger mess. You start cursing the millions of years of evolution that produced flying insects with exoskeletons tougher than body armor. Number 2. The sudden left-turning car. Now, this one is almost a cliche, but it's still the most dangerous predator on every street. You see the warning signs, wheels starting to turn, the front of the car dipping down slightly, and your brain immediately goes to maximum alert status. Sometimes you brake so hard, your anti-lock braking system starts having a panic attack. And sometimes you swerve so precisely that NASA engineers would applaud. Either way, the knowledge that your survival depends on strangers making good split decisions is the kind of low-level stress that never really goes away. At a number 1, gear snobs telling you that brand is trash. Finally comes that special day when you treat yourself to that jacket, helmet, or boots you've been saving up for. You're so excited that you post a picture on a motorcycle forum. And then within 30 seconds, some self-appointed gear expert declares that your purchase is inferior to some boutique brand that costs 3 times as much. Suddenly, you're questioning not just your gear choice, but your entire ability to make good decisions. The really ironic part is that half the time the person criticizing your gear is running bargain basement tires that expired 5 years ago. Talk about mixed up priorities. These little things might drive us crazy, but they never outweigh the beautiful reason we keep riding: absolute freedom. So, gear up, grin through the annoying stuff, and keep on rolling.